on to yet another tower. Matsuma Man, how's he going for him? He's doing his best right now. He knows that he can't turn up the fight. He's trying to get that Radiance finish. He has got it. Once there as well.
Might be too late.
Absolutely. Against the items and the stage that Thunderbirds have reached, these fights are not going to be easy at all for Liquid.
Yeah, especially with the Hawk, it's spotting where their supports are standing, and then it's so much easier for Wraith King to jump in and stun, or Sand King. They can make perfect decisions basically with Sunstrikes and get those crucial support kills. Like Winter Wyvern dies, that's most of the team fight for Liquid. They basically got Haunt, they've got Monkey King ulti, and they've got Winter Wyvern ulti. Obviously Doom is great, but you need some AoE control to try to combat things like Warlock and Invoker and Sand King. So the vision game is huge in this match. It's almost everything really. Miracle hoping for a solo pickoff, but
with the AFK strats here,
he can maybe kill Warlock, but even Warlock has a buckler right now.
And if he does, I mean, he's almost certainly going to be in risk of being punished by Thunderbirds.
He could actually kill Invoker, maybe. Invoker's probably who he's hoping for, but
I don't know, quick reactions from Wii could get him out with a good tornado. Yeah, but they're going to haunt in. They want to fight. Mind Control gets the Doom on to the Sand King, but in response, Taxa's there. Drops the Golem, already Liquid trying to split. GH with a decent curse on the backlines, managing to lock down the Invoker and the Sand King, and in fact, that's going to be it for Liquid. They get the two. They've popped the Wraith King once. Can they do it again? They've lost Miracle, though. The Golem's still alive, pounding through Liquid's lineup. And Matumba Man trapped amongst the Ancients, trying to get himself away, but he's ticking down low. Does actually manage to survive. Resolution tries to hunt him down with a blink forward, but it's going to be off the point. And on the back lines, they're able to take down Misery as well. Resolution ready to come back in. He's going to try and go for the full-man cleanup. Oh my goodness, that crit! They said Doom had a lot of health. Not anymore. That one shot from Resolution bringing Mind Control straight out of the game.
He even skipped the, he got the health perk as well. 275 health is kind of hard to pass up, and it doesn't quite pay off there, but...
I mean, you've got no way to break this tree. Okay, well, Moon has the burrow straight. They still don't have any vision to get this Monkey King.
He's got force. He get force here. Oh,
he needs to break the trees. Oh, I didn't break the right ones.
Just a little bit too late here.
They know that they can't get the monkey. Oh, okay, well, if he comes down off the trees, they might... Oh, no, Kuroki just with the bait, but the Sunstrike's there. They've got him this time. Thunderbird able to outplay Kuro at the end of the day.
And the pressure's on. Wraith King's looking really good this match. He actually does counter a lot of the Liquid heroes, and you've seen it in that last fight. Just does a lot of right-click damage. It's very hard to kill, survivable, and it's not going to stop.
Misery, the roar onto Matumba. Matumba does have backup, and this is right by the shrine. So Liquid straining with the reaction, but on Moon, on the back of it all, with the Epi, straight onto GH. Sunstrike setups there. They'll take the Whiteman out of the fight. Mind Control just being pulled apart from his team. Moon may go down, but Mind Control, can he survive? Cold Snaps there is the Ray 5 blast. Double kill for Weehaw. And again, another trade where Thunderbirds are coming out on top in terms of numbers.
All the cores on Thunderbirds keep getting more and more farm here. That's the big thing. They're not dying in the fights, so Weehaw's going to eventually get to something like a BKB or an armor item. It looks like he's going to go Lincoln's Blink BKB. He's got it all planned out. And at that point, he's just not going to die, really. The Spectre's got his Radiance. He's picked up a Vid booster, but I mean, he's still going to be vulnerable to the Wraith King at most of the stages of the game. It basically comes down to initiation. Can Liquid go in first and kill off some important heroes like Warlock or Sand King or Invoker? I don't know if they can this game. It's tough. I don't think the Monkey King has to play safe basically, because he always has to worry about like the Hawk or some other person having vision on him and blink stunning him. So like their vision advantage that they're maybe supposed to have is very difficult to actually facilitate and give their other team members advantages.
Absolutely, a very, very tough position for Liquid to be in this moment in time. To 15, 25 minutes in. Miracle's still up there in terms of net worth, but the fact that Boca and a Wraith King on level with him has got the BKB complete, which is an absolute necessity against this lineup of Thunderbirds.
It's definitely good to have, but it all depends who goes first. If he gets chain stunned, he's dead, 100%. And they're going to go in first on him.
See what they can find here. Resolution. Quickly though, as the blink outs there from Miracle. There'll be a horn from Matumba. Matumba's actually gone right into the midst of it all. Mind Control jumps in with the Doom. Very nice. Make sure there's no chaotic offering this fight. The Winter's Curse is there to control the Wraith King. Kuroki's looking to moon on the sidelines. Miracle's chasing down Wii. They've brought down the Invoker. They've taken Wraith King down once. They may be able to do it again. He'll jump forward. He's looking for the crown to GH. He isn't going to be able to find it here. They surround him. Resolution almost certainly going to go down a second time here. And Liquid doing it there. And you've got to give hats off to Mind Control. Getting in with that Doom without the chaotic offering, which has pretty much been the key component in the last few fights. They couldn't quite do it. And they may not be done yet. Kuroki to moon. He's going to get out the courier though. Just sitting there with the AC completion recipe and the armor. Oh my goodness. And there's no AC now for 3 minutes. What's happening? Thunderbirds are just a swing around.
Yeah, they didn't expect that fight to go like that. But if you try to initiate to stun a Templar Assassin with a blink Wraith King stun, it's just not going to work. It had to be Sand King going in first, and that was the crucial mistake there for Thunderbirds. If Sand King initiates first and they fall up, they win that fight. But instead it was them retreating, getting doomed, and then everything going badly.
Goodness me. Time to slow down this push here with the Boris Strike. Tier 3 already down to half health, and Liquid certainly going to be riding on a newfound bit of confidence after that bit of play. Miracle suddenly 2k ahead of the Roman cause on Thunderbird's side, as he will look to build into the Bloodthorn as his next time to have that extra bit of lockdown and damage. And as we're seeing, these silences, these Dooms are just huge against these heroes that rely on getting the ultimates off in these team fights.
And they're building the right items, and there's a lot of survivability things. Sox up picking up the buckler still on a buckler. Someday he'll build a mech, but he is definitely the hero to Doom though, especially with a mech. But he will be protected against silences later in the game at least. He'll have that going for him. They've gotta have the good initiation. It's all about that this game.
Finish the pit. Don't have one, of course, Liquid still down. I was saying only for 5 seconds, but it looks like the speed that Thunderbirds can take this is going to be too quick for Liquid to have the chance to contest. So all they do want, Matumba tries for it, not quite there in time. The Boris Strike in reaction, the combo ready to come through from Weehaw. They're actually rolled, I believe, a creep there. Kuroki drops the ult in the midst of it all. They're bringing Weehaw and Resolution down low. They've already found two. They'll pop the Aegis on Weehaw. The bashes coming through from the Wukong's command, knocking the Wraith King down. Onto the bashes again on Weehaw. A second bash from this Wukong, doing huge amounts in this team fight, and they'll clean up the fifth as well. A perfect ultimate there from Kuroki. And Liquid, they don't get the roast, they don't get the Aegis, but they get the full team.
I'm actually so surprised they didn't do better in that fight. They got the Golem off, they got Fatal Bonds. I mean, I guess they did waste Necro just killing the Roche, but... And the Winter Wyvern ulti was crucial there. It actually guaranteed the kill on the Sand King. He's actually going to go in.
He's trying for someone in with the Epi Moon straight in. With the Sunstrike, it will bring Mind Control very low, but the Cold Embrace is there to top him back up. It will slow down the Doom's aggression. The rest of them still turning fairly strong. They will back up now, with Thunderbird's coming back into the game. Yeah, these last two fights for Liquid showing incredible potential.
Yeah, he actually picked up the Devour Ancients skill, and he grabbed the, I don't remember what it's called, the new purple one that has no magic resistance. He's got the Petrify thing, which roots for 2 seconds, and he's also got Desecrate. Now, Desecrate's pretty special. It does 200 damage, which is quite good, but it also lowers your base armor by 50%. So if anybody has a lot of stat items or naturally high armor, it can be really effective. So that's possibly part of the reason that they're shredding so fast, because stacking that on top of Templar Assassin, for example, could really amp your damage. But most of the fight still comes down to killing the important heroes and preventing their team fight from coming out. And once again, Thunderbirds got initiated on. Even if the Aegis grabbed it, it wasn't enough.
Matumba, well, is certainly going to become more and more of a trouble to deal with, Manta style, and with that pit booster now looking to build it up into the heart, sort of just tanking up against this huge amount of burst that Thunderbirds do have when they get the jump. But now, once he has that heart, you've got to ask, are they actually going to be able to kill him in that initial burst? And with the backup,
I don't know.
the GH and such, Liquid have got ways to keep that Spectre alive and allow him to turn and fight.
And the other thing is that Thunderbirds haven't been scaling as well on their cores. Like, Wraith King's been sitting at these same items for a long time. It's not just because the courier sniped. They've lost 2 Roche fights in a row now. It was like the team fight by enemy shrine, then the Roche fight. Resolution hasn't scaled into his next item in a long time, and he's also built a hybrid armor item. So, yeah, it's going to increase his damage, but it mostly just makes it so that TA doesn't, like, 4-shot him or something like that. And because that got delayed by like 5-10 minutes, now they're just, like you said, they're tanking up Spectre. They're not going to kill this guy rapidly anymore. They're not even close to that.
Liquid. We've seen them win the fights outside of the base. The high ground siege becomes their next big test. And looking at both lineups, really, for neither side isn't necessarily lots of ways to fight from the high ground. Both teams this game. Understandably so, we're seeing Liquid respect that. Not going to go for any sort of high ground play. Because they will back up for now. Kuroki just cleaning up the top lane.
It's too dangerous, and they're safe to do this anyway. Just send Matumba Man far away from where they know Thunderbirds is. And he can always haunt in. It's pretty straightforward. He continues getting farm, grow, split push. The other lanes that are being pressured in just because Monkey King's so able to get around rapidly. It's looking pretty darn good for Liquid right now. Mind Control changing up his creep, picks up the Granite Aura. 15% extra HP for him and his team. Look at his items right now. His HP items are Drum and BKB, and he's got 3k HP. This is actually insane. And he's obviously got the HP perk, but this is a really cool build. I really do like that health perk. It just got buffed so many times. 275 health on a regen-based hero like Doom. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, 20. If he hits that 25, I imagine you take the 48 H regen.
Infernal Blade damage is hella good, especially against a hero like Wraith King. But kind of hard to say. We'll see what he does.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, this game at the moment, 32 minutes, it could end up going on. We could see some of these 25s come out. It certainly doesn't feel like a game that's going to be over just like that. Both teams have lots of ways to keep themselves in the game, split the lanes out, and both have pretty good late game potential. I mean, the team fight from Thunderbirds is always going to be massive. You've obviously got that Invoker that's going to scale incredibly well, and then vice versa. On Liquid side, you have Matumba, and then you have, I mean, even just the Wyvern, someone that can use the enemy's advantage against them.
That's huge against Beastmaster as well. Especially if you grab somebody that isn't like Wraith King. Pretty much any other hero is definitely a threat to dying.
Summer Man, really gone on here. Manta Solo causing initial trouble for the Raw, but it still comes through in time with a golden touch as well. The chains them up the horn, tries to get his way out. He's not going to make it. Boundless Strike will be dropped. Mind Control in the front of his orb. Kuroki questioning if he wants to get himself involved. Miracle is now coming across to try and join Mind Control. Tornado EMP trying to split Liquid up. Burrow Strike can move to hold back Kuro and GH, and with the Deafening Blast and Meteor combo, they'll find one kill. They may even get a second. GH trying to get himself out with the Winter's Curse and TP, and he does make it. Neat little play from himself, but overall, Liquid getting punished heavily there as they were just split up. Matumba Man being caught out and changed in like that at the start was a perfect way for T-Birds to jump in. Yeah, I didn't really see the framing at the start of the fight, but I'm confused that Matumba Man was there. Like, he's the guy that's supposed to react to the fight with a haunt, but instead it was him getting gone on. Maybe feeling too comfortable with his HP levels. I mean, they definitely do a lot on him. It took like a Hellfire Blast into Aurora, into a Golem, but against a Spectre, the tankiest guy when he's by himself, that you do that every time. It's actually going to buy back as well. They really don't want to lose a set of racks. They want to make sure that they keep control of their base, but costing him the buyback, it is going to prolong that heart. Yeah. No, what's special about that is it wasn't just the base, it was about that shrines right there that they protected. Because if that tier 3 tower falls, they can clear the shrines, and then again the vision game changes again. So it is still about initiation. If they lose their shrines, it's easier for their opponents to grab gem, close off the map, and just outfarm. Yeah, that's true. And in a game as well, where it's, no one's really leaps and bounds ahead, those shrines are very important for specifically like Roche control at this stage as well. That's going to be huge as this game goes on. As you can see, there's only a 5k or so difference. So, as you mentioned, for that reason alone, certainly see why the call was made to buy back. So Wraith King queuing up a Monkey King bar next. They can hit the Monkey King bar often. There we go, perfect. Does that prevent him from auto-attacking? It should take away his weapon, Picked it up. Yeah, that makes sense. Mostly stops the Radiance mischance and potential butterfly pickups for either the TA or the spec. So maybe the safe pick. You can actually lifesteal from it, by the way. You didn't know? Oh, what, from the extra... From the box, yeah. It's magic damage, but you can still lifesteal from it. It's kind of a cool interaction. And I think he could get away with the 20% vamp aura at 25. I think he can this time. I don't think he needs to worry about mana drain. Yeah, for sure. Hypothetically, Spectre could get like a Diffusal, but very low chance. So. I mean, that could be the play, couldn't it? Wait until the rating his 25 gets the lifesteal and then hit him with a 70-minute Diffusal blade pickup. That could win them the game. It could win them the game. You never know. It could win. again.
Yeah.
Clean combo from T-Birds.
Dangerous, definitely. Looks like Invoker going for a Shiva's Guard next, most likely. Good choice.
Very nice, yeah.
Really limit the attack speed of Liquid. A lot of their heroes don't buy that many attack speed items. Usually Spectre sometimes goes more tanky. Heroes like Doom don't buy attack speed very often.
That's really good as well against the Monkey King. You know, when he's trying to get these ults off and Kuro's trying to be in a position, maybe the other side of a tree line or such, suddenly the vision's there.
Yeah, that'll
get
help.
him out. Get him out.
Figure out where he is and actually kill him. They think they see the Spectre. It's pretty obvious it's an illusion now. Nobody would stand.
I don't think he got mind control. So that's too big for him to go on his own.
He definitely knows the Spec's to the left now because he saw the camp retreating, so he's going to try to find him. I don't know if he will, though.
We have got the rest of the Thunderbirds making their way up here. But Matuma Man, yeah, he's playing it safe now. Realizes they're off the map and we're certainly being hunted out as he comes top lane. So straight back out for him. And I imagine we'll see Matuma playing a little safer after that. A bit of a debacle around that Ancients of Radiant.
Yeah, he can't get caught again. He's got tons of HP, but his survivability is not. His resistance, things like that. T-Birds kind of looks like they're considering smoking. They're grouped up as 3. They just know that they can't separate because so many of their heroes just get killed solo. If Monkey King finds a single hero and Spectre haunts, that's a dead hero. They've got to stay grouped. It's really going to hurt their farm levels. Whereas Liquid feels like they can be more mobile. They've got more Blink Daggers. And they've got Monkey King.
Back up. I mean, in terms of teams taking it, as we've seen, both sides can struggle because of the AoE team fight that each opponent has.
Is under attack.
Both teams are aware of the status of Roche. So control of this area is going to be pretty key. Liquid trying to get as much as they can down bottom as well. A bit of an illusion push. Pressure being put on by Matumba and now making it across from behind on the mid lane.
Yeah, that's so sick what they did. Miracle came mid, pushed the wave, which means T-Birds has to move over and push in, which lets them initiate.
He went straight in here with the Hawk. And yeah, looking for the backliners, making sure that there's no chaotic offering for this team fight with Doom drops as well. They'll take down Saxa. Resolution now being focused, has been split up from the team. Weeha comes in with the Tornado and EMP to try and hold them back. Kuroki has managed to get the Wukong's command off on the high ground, so they'll bring down the Wraith King once, and they'll go for a second time. Boundless Strike immediately there. The damage from Miracle coming through with the Bloodthorn finds a second, and now Misery's in trouble as well. Matuma, he's out of mana, but he's there with the chase down. They've got the trap slow. Liquid find a third, only losing GH for that fight. Weeha Moon are still in the neighborhood. Trap slow onto Wee, holds back Kuro with the cold snap, but mind control straight in on his face. Looking for the chase down onto Invoker. Again, the Boundless Strike from Kuroki, slowing down Weeha that little bit more. Did get the dust up, but Moon's there with the Epi Burrow Strike to hold back Kuroki, but it's not enough damage. Miracle quick with the Bloodthorn, tries to go for the chase, but Moon's out with the Blink, and the Sandstorm should be safe for now.
The way they approached that fight start was amazing. Just push the lane, sit everybody to the right, and as soon as somebody comes to push it, they look for the back lane. And once they didn't want to go on the Wraith King, but they knew where he was standing, and because of where he was standing, they could make assumptions that their supports were on the back line. So that was insane play by mind control, because as soon as you doom the Warlock, the fight's won. Spectre just haunts, jumps in on the Warlock, and kills him. And if Warlock had buyback there, whole fight changes. But without buyback, Warlock's out no matter what. And that means that Liquid can actually pressure and take a fight well. And they definitely got advantage there. It wasn't insane. They didn't get Roche as well, but that was maybe the one good thing that Thunderbirds did, is they really delayed the fight. Maybe that's why Weeha stuck around, tried to get them to chase him, that they could prevent Roche from dying. But if he just ran away, they would have just taken it instantly.
And the big items coming out as well, as we see. We just saw the Butterfly now complete on Miracle, Heart complete on Spectre, and an interesting one here from Kuroki this game. He's got the Diffusal Blade coming out.
Yeah, interesting choice. We almost never see this on Monkey King, but more mana drain, and it also applies to your Wukong's command, so those are also going to drain mana. Not to mention, it just does a lot of damage.
And Rezo, as I said, he's level 23, but because he's a bit dumb, the in-game is not great. He's only got 800 mana, so definitely been burnt out. There's the Haunt, Misery being looked for first. The kinetic offering did come out, it's up in the back. Moon comes in with the two-man Burrow Strike. Thunderbirds trying to finish off Miracle. They'll have the Roar to hold him. The damage from Rezo, the crit is not going to be quite enough. Resolution, the evasion is destroying him. He can't get the hits in onto Miracle with the Butterfly, and the Solar Crest spot from his team player. He's fine. 3 dead on Thunderbirds. They'll come back in with the Epicenter, but it's not quite enough damage. Matuma Man just absolutely losing no health at all with this Heart. They can't kill him. They're found 4. They're going to be able to find 5 as the bash comes in from Kuroki. A Meld Strike straight between the eyeballs of Moon.
That was a really good fight for Liquid there. The Monkey King ultimate just controlled the fight so well. And even GH, I think, played amazing. He ultied a BKB hero. I think it was the Invoker on the backline. Didn't do much damage, but the important thing was that it really limited what Wraith, he landed his first stun. There was a little bit of follow-up, but it just guaranteed that it was just Wraith King slapping away all fight. And almost every time he got somebody sort of low, it was just cold embrace from GH to ensure that Wraith King didn't do enough.
Absolutely,
I'm kind of feeling like he went too defensive on his items here. The armlet blade mail was fine, but I think he maybe should have skipped AC and gone even something like Radiance, perhaps. I think that might have been the better move, just to guarantee that you standing there does a lot of damage. It's hard to say, though.
I mean, for sure, the physical damage limitations of Thunderbirds are certainly showing at this stage. I mean, Liquid have just seemed to scale a lot better. They did suffer early on, but at this stage, just the farm that they have and the way that they're executing these team fights just seems to be a step ahead of Thunderbirds. And Thunderbirds, even when they get their ultimates off, it's not quite enough, and then you kind of ask yourself, well, what is going to be enough? Maybe it is Wraith King getting those items, but he needs a lot of time, and in that time, Thunderbirds are going to continue to just struggle to keep up with the pace that Liquid are farming.
Realistically, it's still about the team fights. Like, items will definitely matter, but it's more likely the reason is because Thunderbirds have been losing fight after fight, and that's because Liquid have been having really good initiations. So maybe we can talk about the AC, but it's realistically, they shouldn't have lost fights. That's the bigger problem than what item he chose. So that's what they got to do. They got to take good fights. They can't get their Warlock doomed. The last 2 or 3 fights, they haven't gotten a rock out of the engagements. It's just always doomed, killed.
Yeah, the miracle of that DD. The Resolution actually going to jump down to the low ground, looking for the initiation, but again, Solar Crepus is on Miracle. He just can't hit him. Miracle just walks it off. He's A-OK. The Hawk comes through, and Liquid, they're ready to rock and roll. Straight in onto the high ground. Miracle gets down one, takes down Misery, turns towards Resolution. They'll pop the Reincarnate. BKB up, ready to look for more. Resolution will get the blink out. Being forced away from their tier 3. Liquid will force out in turn the fortification. Definitely still ready to go aggressive. Not feeling too scared at all by the potential of Thunderbird's defense. First drive back to safety from Moon. The Rax in the mid lane, sure to be going down as Liquid looking to be borderline unstoppable at this point.
They want to chase and fight this, but it's so hard against Solar Crest and Aegis on Spectre. Any engagement they go on has a low chance of actually succeeding. So now Thunderbirds is in a really bad spot. They're just not able to combo their disables well enough. Their cores aren't going to scale nearly as well. Wraith King's their carry, but he's not even the most reliable late game. So with offlane Sand King who's going utility items, they're just going to run out of damage really soon. They have to have a good team fight now or very soon or they're going to lose.
If they find Matumba, that would be nice, but he does have friends around the corner. And he's such a big target to go on. They will try with the jump in. Liquid's going to come back here response again. Mind control, this time with the Doom straight onto Weeha. So Weeha is out the fight. Can't throw any tornado or such in to break it up in response. And Liquid, they could continue to chase. Diffusal Blade from Matumba Man used to slow down Resolution. Does have the Reincarnate. It's actually going to fall on the mana. Might not even have mana for it. He does just have enough mana. But Liquid, they're almost certainly ready to kill him a second time. Weeha will come in with the Meteor, trying to save Resolution, but it's not going to happen. Kuroki with the Bash chasing down for more, and Thunderbirds tap out. They've had enough, and Liquid really pulling it together and showing us some very, very impressive play this game on.
Yeah, I think Mind Control and GH